Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, piloting a trash heap of a deck with zero endgame and no removal. We played against two beginners of Hearthstone in the first couple of games. It's like Hearthstone knew that my deck was terrible, and I was like, "Here, Papa Boris, we're gonna throw you some easy fish before we throw you the I don't know what a hard fish would be. Grouper? Is grouper a hard fish? Bass? 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 That's the bass is an instrument. Bass is a fish. I don't know. The point is, we played against someone and we all got to see, recorded for all time, Tex Flex, the priest, go turn one, mind vision into Moonfire into the face. That was beautiful. And then he proceeded to make terrible mistakes. Then still could have beaten me hilariously, but still made mistakes. Alright, we're up against Faxile. What on earth? Well, that's all getting mulliganed. And so is that. So with a bajillion, skillion, quintillion 2-drops and 1-drops, I see none of them. And alright, well, yep, okay, this is all good. And we're second against the rogue, which is always great. Of course, you can't really play Abusive Sergeant on turn 1 against a rogue. I would have against a priest, but not against a rogue. And, oh god. Alright, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. You know, if she wants to make a dagger, she will take 6 damage from killing both of these things. And if she's got a really slow start, you know, maybe I'll survive. Of course, if she backstabs here, I'm totally screwed. Whatever, man. It's all good. It's all good. We're just gonna do it. With luck, she'll actually play a real minion, and then I can, like, trade one of these off. Shiv. Oh, that sucks. So Shiv allows her to kill something and get card advantage, but also, she's also preserving some health by not hitting something with the dagger. The issue, though, is that it means she doesn't have a dagger in play right now, so if she wants to kill this, she has to make a dagger now, so she wasn't able to make a turn 3 play. Honestly, as the rogue, I would have actually just gone for the dagger there. That kills both the minions off. Yep, you take some more damage, but, you know, you can then also make a turn 3 play. Unless, of course, she had nothing in her hand to play for turn 3. That could have been a deciding factor as well. Okay, just gonna go ahead and put out this Grizzly for Shizzly. Swing, and there we go. She's already down to 20 health on turn 3, thanks to the Leper Gnome and hitting an Abusive Sergeant. And, yeah, pretty much praying she has no removal at any point in this game, because if she has any removal at all, then I'm just totally screwed with all these terrible cards. Well, she's not going to play removal. She's going to play a Warden, which is pretty bad for me as well, because I have to throw a lot of energy into it. Mark of Nature. I'm not going to do that. I think we need to put more minions out, and I do need to shapeshift here, or else this guy doesn't die. So it's going to be Fairy Dragon in the middle to guard against Betrayal. And we're just going to go ahead and use our hero ability. And all that stuff happens. So actually now I'm immune to backstab, interestingly enough. Fan of Knives would be a disaster. It would kill the raptor and let her dagger down the bear. Assassinate's not that great, it's expensive, and I've got 3 minions. Goldshire Footman, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on today? I don't even know. I do know that if I got a swipe, I'd win the game on the spot, but I only have one of those in the deck, so can't have everything. She's going to eviscerate my bear, which is really sad. I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen, because now she can also dagger down my raptor. Well, that's actually a really unfortunate turn of events for me. Moonfire! Oh, that... nope, not really. Oh, wait. I have this also does spell damage. Lol. Okay, so we get to clear her board here. Gonna go ahead and do that. Gonna go ahead and do that. And shapeshift, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So after all that effort, it's 4 cards to 5. I've got a life advantage, but not really close enough that it matters. So yeah, I'd say that my opponent's in the lead here, just because I'm assuming her cards are better than mine. I really wish I could have played the Ogre Magi. Problem is then I couldn't shapeshift. Maybe it was worth it to keep the 2-1 alive, just to have the 4-4 rather than the 1-4. That could be a fact. That could definitely be a fact. Note that I can't put Mark of Nature on the Fairy Dragon because it is a spell, and Fairy Dragons can't be targeted by those. Alright. Well, this is a terrible situation here, so we're just going to Nourish. I would have loved to play Druid of the Claw this turn. Well, can't do anything, so we're going to pass. Sunwalker is a pretty good card. Sprint. Well, she makes up for my Nourish with her Sprint. So card-wise, I'm not ahead anymore, and she gets to kill the Dalaran Mage now. Which is kind of unfortunate. Luckily, though, I've got a pretty good turn. I can play Violet Teacher, Mark of Nature, and have a 3/9 with Taunt. I could also, well, another option presents itself. I can damage this for 2, and then run the Fairy Dragon into it and kill it. And then I could, well, then I could make this 2/8 Taunt. Risky against rogues who run both Sap and Assassinate. I could do this thing, just as a 4/6 Taunter. Of course, then I can't do anything else with my turn. Yeah, I have all these 4-mana minions. I can only play one of them. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this. Wait, I have another option. Hang on, I have one more option. Another option, I could actually silence this and hit her in the face. Try to erase her out. I do have some good burn potential. This is 4 damage, 6, 10 burn potential damage. Okay, we're gonna go for it. When you're behind, take risks. Now, if I use Mark of Nature to give this taunt, that I'm not using it for damage. So what I'm gonna do here then is actually Shapeshift. That hits her for an extra 1, and then it lets me keep my Mark of Nature around as a kill spell. When you're behind, take risks. If she plays any taunt, of course, at any point, then I'm just screwed. Wow, that's a really big Twilight Drake. So yes, it's a good thing I'm not trying to fight fair. Oh god, Molten Giant. LOL! Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, we're going for it, folks. We are effing going for it. So, if I get a swipe at some point, that'll really help with this Ogre Magi. Deal 5 more damage to the face. Let's see, what does she have? She actually has a lot of damage. This is 16 damage. Well, good thing I've taken no damage so far this game. Let's see here. I could do the Violet Teacher. Now what that does is it lets me then maybe play Mark of Nature, but the problem is I can't put Mark of Nature on this Fairy Dragon, which is so frustrating. That's what would have been the best. Okay, let's use up all of my mana then. I'm gonna do this. Charge. 4 attack. I'm gonna swing. She's down to 3 health. I mean, if she doesn't taunt or life gain, I actually win off of Stormwind Knight and Shapeshift. So she needs one of those. Now she's got 8 cards, probably something, and there's a taunter. Lord of the Arena, no! Lord of the Arena! MVP for the 2nd arena in a row. Oh my god. Well, I have 1 out, and that is Swipe. 1 out of 15 cards will win me the game. She's got an MVP Wisp here as well. Swipe is the only card that can win me the game, otherwise I'm like dead in 2 turns. I don't have any silences, I just had the Keeper of the Grove. That was the only silence. Yep, it's got to be Swipe or bust. That's not going to do it. Okay, well, what we're going to do here is play crap. And hope she gets distracted. She actually she has lethal damage here. Oh my god, that Lord of the freaking Arena won her the game. Because if I could have just played Stormwind Knight and Shapeshift, I would have won. That is so annoying. I mean, the fact that this deck is so terrible, I shouldn't be surprised that I'm losing. But coming that close and then losing to Lord of the Arena is really maddening. I mean, any taunt would have done the job there. And if I had drawn my 1 swipe at some point this game, I would have won as well. She's going to Betrayal. There's no point for this unless she's just bad-mannering me. Because she has lethal damage. She's going to Head Crack. Okay, so she comboed. She used Betrayal so that Head Crack would be comboed. That was actually not necessary. This is some bad-mannered shit right here. Oh, she's going to play an Azure Drake as well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's really important that you show that you could have played other cards. Yeah, good job. Good job, asshole. Alright. Oh, no, nope, never mind. Not an asshole, just missing that she has the win. That means I actually have an extra chance to top deck a Swipe and win the game. Wow, she gave me an extra chance to win. Now, I didn't get the Swipe. But if I had, I would have won that game. So, and then she would have been like, oh, he topped like a Swipe, but that's not it. She could have killed me and didn't. So anyway, that was interesting. We almost got the most outrageous win in the history of this channel off of my opponent giving me 1 extra chance to draw Swipe, 1 in 14 odds. It was not Swipe, it was Stranglethorn Tiger. You know, if I had Starfire in this deck, I don't remember if any of the cards I was holding could have alternately been a Starfire, but I would have actually won the game had I done so. So that's interesting to think about. Because the first 2 games I pretty much would have won no matter what. They just played so badly. But that game, if I had drawn a Starfire, I had 2 opportunities for it. I would have won. Oh, that's too bad. Well, anyway, up against a warrior here, Arcadillo. So this all depends on how good his deck is, because generally as a druid you feel pretty good playing against a warrior. Your hero ability is almost as good as his, but you also get to impact the board and he doesn't. Oh gosh, I kept a Moonfire and I got another Moonfire. I only have, you know, 2 Moonfires. So, yeah, that's great. This is not playable till turn 5. I don't have the coin. Why can I not get my early drops ever? I mean, I did mulligan 2 3s because I've got a bunch of 2s. Or I figured I've got lots of 3s. I could at least get the 3s again. But nope. No chance of that happening. Infiltrator. Decent card. Doesn't automatically die to me. Shillwind Yeti. Oh, jeez. Well, anyway, I shouldn't complain that I'm losing with this deck, but still, this is just ridiculous that I'm not seeing any of my early drops, except for Moonfire, of course. Even a Leper Gnome or an Abusive Sergeant would have been good, but alas. So hopefully I'll get a 3-drop next turn, that'd be nice. And hopefully he won't attack me. That would be the best, if he doesn't attack me for fear of Shapeshift, and then I get a 3-drop, so I wasn't going to Shapeshift anyway. If he does attack me and I do get a 3-drop, of course I'll play the 3-drop and spend one of my precious, precious Moonfires. Fairy Dragon is a frustration here because I cannot Moonfire that thing. And he's going to keep that thing hidden. Leper Gnome. Are you for real, dog? Well, I'm going to play it. And pass the turn because Moonfires could only be used on my own Leper Gnome or his face, which is not something I wish to do. If this Fairy Dragon survives, I will play Stormwind Knight and kill it. So this guy loves his stealth. And he will trade the Infiltrator for the Leper Gnome because, of course, Leper Gnome was otherwise going to kill the Fairy Dragon, and the Worgen Infiltrator was otherwise going to die to Shapeshift. Okay, well, here we go. We get to do Stormwind Knight now. Indeed, for the king. And we're going to pass the turn. So this guy can now trade with the Panther. This is the Panther being not super impressive. Of course, if my opponent can do something like coin into a Stormpike Commando, which everybody seems to want to play against me. Slam. Alright, well, at least he doesn't draw a card off of it. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and do this. I could charge to kill that. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So the reason I'm doing this is this thing has a 4/6, so was going to die to those 2 creatures anyway, so I might as well get the kill on one of them myself. Harvest Golem, okay. Armoring up, fine. Okay, got a couple of options here. I could Violet Teacher, Moonfire, Shapeshift, kill the Jungle Panther. I could also play Mark of Nature on this, make it a 4/6 taunt. It still dies to this stuff, though. Well, I could kill the Golem, Shapeshift, finish it off. Let's do this, though. Let's play the Violet Teacher. Let's Moonfire up.
I am ready to learn.
Shapeshift. Get the kill. And I'm going to hit him in the face. A little risky, of course. Safer play would have been to hit the Golem and then Moonfire it to death. But this seems fine. Let's get some damage on. I'm getting a little low myself, so some damage is nice. And I've got this to provide a big taunter if need be. Warriors aren't the greatest at killing big taunters. They don't have any buffs. They don't have any insta-kill spells. You'd have to have Slam Execute or some other source of damage and execute. Basically execute. Or, of course, a silence. So I like this Violet Teacher move because it gives me these students, and the students can kill the damaged Golem for free, basically. Frost Elemental, so who's he going to freeze? He's going to freeze the Violet Teacher, so I can still Shapeshift. I think that was fine. Abusive Sergeant. Oh, wow, this freeze was pretty epic. Abusive Sergeant on the teacher would have let me trade up and kill the Frost Elemental. Now, do I want to Moonfire this damaged Golem? That's the question. You know, I don't think so. I think what I want to do here is play a Chillwind Yeti. This is extremely risky, doing this. Because, I mean, if he does have the Execute or whatever, then I'm in trouble. But a 4/9 taunt is kind of a big deal, so there's not that much that would answer it effectively. Arcanite Reaper, I suppose, plus the Frost Elemental would get it done. But it's a somewhat higher than average difficulty thing to kill. Alright, so that gives him the axe. If he has an Execute, he can axe it a question and then execute it to death. Inner Rage. Aha. Well, that's fine. So he's trading 2 cards there and taking 4 damage to the face. I'm actually totally fine with how that went down. He's going to armor up. Okay, well, this is fine. So, let's go ahead and do this to kill that Weaponsmith off. Let's put the Abusive Sergeant back into my hand then. Now I could replay it to deal extra damage, but then it just dies to the Battle Axe. That seems kind of silly. Is that worth doing? You know, I think that's actually fine. He might have had other uses for the Battle Axe anyway. We're going to Shapeshift. Alright, so we're officially ahead on life now, and actually ahead on cards. This will be a card draw. If this thing is actually alive in 2 turns, this will be 2 1/1s as well, but that's not super likely to happen. If he hits this, he's down to 14 health. I'm hitting for 8 damage, which is not to be underestimated, and I have 1 point of burn damage back here. So it's a little bit tricky. He's got to be kind of careful here with his life total.
Ready, sir.
Is he going to armor up? Looks like he is. Well, we have a very important choice to make here. Do you fight fair or do you fight dirty? So fighting dirty would be I hit him in the face. He goes down to 8 health, down to 7, down to 5. I can get him down to 4 health. Fighting fair is I kill his stuff. It's a tricky call. I'm not exactly sure what's correct. Well, let's hedge my bets. Let's kill off the Squire at least. And yeah, let's, gosh, you know what? No. We're not gonna hedge our bets. We're just gonna go ahead and kill his stuff. And 5 damage is still pretty good damage. This thing's fragile now, so it's probably gonna die before I can get 1/1s like crazy off of these cards. But still, I've got 7 damage here. He's at 11 health. I can hit him for 1 damage a turn. Obviously, he can heal for 2 a turn, but I think this is okay. Windfree Harpy's not the card he needs here. Nor is Harvest Golem. Wow, he just loses. Alright. He didn't have any answers. He just had vanilla creatures, and we steal another game. Well, I did say at the beginning, my goal was to make it to 3 wins, and we made it. We might even make it to 4. So that's cool. Got very lucky against that warrior. He pretty much, other than that weaponsmith, he never had any answers to anything I did. So I mean, I just played stuff and it all lives. So which, you can pretty much win any game, no matter how bad your deck is, if you play stuff and it lives. Yeah, he had like no Fiery War Axe, no Arcanite Reaper. He had a Slam. He 2-for-1 with an Inner Rage. Yeah, it just didn't really work very well. The Weaponsmith was pretty underwhelming. Dr. Waffles the Priest. Well, I really wish I were playing Tex Flex again, because that guy was the best. And oh my god, I actually have cards to play. What is this nonsense? So notice I'm keeping the Keeper because I will actually be able to play it on turn 2. Excuse me, on turn 3, not turn 2. Turn 3. And I got some 3-drops, so that's nice too. We'll be able to play those. This is tricky. So do you play this and then the Wild Growth, or the Wild Growth and then that thing? If you play the Wild Growth first, you're not going to play this thing at all. But if you play this thing and then the Wild Growth, you're missing your 3-drops. That's kind of a weird question. What is better?
What to do?
Well, I think it depends on what you think is the likelihood of the Priest having a turn 1 play. Because if he has a turn 1 play, or sorry, a turn 2 play, then you'll want this on the field so you can trade with it. If he doesn't have a turn 2 play, you'd rather have this. So let's go for this. Priests, I think, typically are pretty slow. If he didn't play a turn 1 Northshire Cleric, seems reasonably likely he'll have nothing to do on turn 2. So we'll do this, and it's a bad gamble. Ah, it's annoying. Well, let's get our 3 drop down. See if he has... Yeah, if I'd played this, I'd be wild growthing now, and then I would have actually traded my Raptor for this thing, which would have been pretty great. Pretty great, I tell you. Raging Worgen is a problem here. It can actually kill everything I have. Because this is only 2 power. Oh my lord. Are you kidding me? Wow, that was bad. That turned out bad. Alright, we have to do damage control here. I did it in the wrong order. Anyway. I should have run in with that first and then thrown my guy away. Luckily, the difference between 2 health and 1 health doesn't really matter much unless he has a Elven Archer down there. Which, if he does, then so be it. Oh man, I should. You know what? I'm learning my lesson. From this point forward, I'm always gonna do a 2-drop before I wild growth. Okay, so this will die to silence plus shapeshift. Unfortunately, that is more mana than I have. I could just silence it, but then they trade, which is kind of sad. Ugh. What do you do in the meantime, though? Just play stuff and have it die for no reason? That seems silly. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I worry that if I just like pass the turn by shapeshifting and playing Leper Gnome or something, then he could put more stuff on the board, and then I wouldn't be able to kill the Twilight Drake anyway. Or I'd have other things to do on turn 6. Oh no! That's sad. That was a pretty good card right there. It's gonna hit me in the face. Interesting choice there, hitting me in the face like that. Let's think about this. Could actually do this and Mark of the Wild, make it a 3/6 taunt. Then it dies to Shadow Word Pain. I don't like that too much. I could do this, make it a 4/5 taunt. Ah, no. Let's just play the Ghoul. Shapeshift. Kill that thing. And hit him in the face. So yeah, the Kodo can kill this now, but whatever. That Kodo was just good. I'm not going to try to play around that. Boy. So this is the story of my life. In the mid game I keep having a hand full of junk, and then in the early game I have nothing to play. But that was my own mistake. I should have played this on turn 1 with the coin. Totally should have done that. Lesson learned. Education Arena number 2. Oh my god. Well, luckily that's not the most impressive Shadow Madness that there ever was. He basically stole my Leper Gnome, so it hits me instead of him. And he's gonna assume heal that Kodo, so I can't shapeshift it down. Yep. Well, this suggests he doesn't have Shadow Word Pain, because that would have been a much better thing than what he did. I could make a 3/6 taunt, or a 1/8 taunt, or a 3/6 taunt also. Okay. Lots of different ways to make lots of different taunters. I guess I'm gonna do this, and this.
Job's done.
So I think he doesn't have Shadow Word Pain, because he would have used it last turn if he had that. Okay, wow. I'm totally wrong. He just didn't... He was really afraid of that Leper Gnome, I guess. So, Priest's hero ability, you can see, is pretty good on many levels. Got Raging Worgen number 2. Oh, God. Well, swipe. I mean... Alright. We'll do it. It's theoretically possible that I will win this game, but it's just not very likely. Because he's got 4 cards to 1 card for me, and he's the first to play, and my card is Mark of Nature. Ah, good times. Good times. Had by all. Okay. Let's do this. Last hurrah here.
For the wild.
I mean, I could still get Nourish, you know, and hang in there. If he doesn't put enough pressure on the board. And he cannot kill this with Shadow Words. He cannot mind control it yet. Mad Bomber. Alright, hits his own War Golem twice. He says thank you to his own Mad Bomber. Kills my Yeti. Oh, hits my Yeti. Doesn't kill it. This is Epic Yeti. Survives against a War Golem. I've already used Swipe. And I do not draw my Nourish. Which was the only way that I could have possibly won this game.
For the wild.
Why am I still in this game, you might ask? I don't know. I don't know. Even if I get Nourish at this point, it's pretty much over. Injured Blade Master. Yeah, I'm only going to have 5 mana to work with. I've already used a swipe. The only swipe I have. Okay, yeah. That's game. Let's go ahead and give him a well played. We're going to pass it on up. So I said I'd be happy to make it to 3 wins, and I made it to 3 wins, and it looks like I'm going to stay there. Or close to there, because you can see these games have been quite a struggle. Dr. Waffles unfortunately knew what he was doing, unlike Tex Flex. So my odds there were grim. It's too bad. If I had won this, if I had made it to 7 wins in this arena, I would have actually been back up to 50% for 7 wins and up. Alas, I'll drop just to below 57 or 50%. I'll be at like 48% or 49%. 48 out of 98 instead of 49 out of 98. All right. What is up with these draws? Oh my gosh. It's like the gods are punishing me for drafting a bad deck. Yeah, like, nope, no, no. We know you have tons of 2-drops. We're going to give those to you in the mid-game when they're not good anymore. Hey! Okay, there we go. There we go. Finally. Something I can actually play on turn 2. What a strange feeling this is. Pass the turn, please. Or play something that dies to Shapeshift. Either one is good. Either one's good. Boy, he's thinking a lot. I mean, I thought a lot on my first turn against that priest, and then I made the wrong decision. To play Wild Growth instead of playing a Raptor. He does nothing. Okey-doke. Well, we'll do this. Pass the turn. Lots of Shaman cards that will kill that. But at least then he's not making a totem. And I'm clear to play this powerhouse on turn 3. Which actually could be a powerhouse if there's something to kill for 2 damage with the Moonfire. Like if he were to play a 3-2 right now, that would be ideal. I drop Dalaran Mage, Moonfire, swing. And we've got a little bit of an edge early on. If he makes a totem, that's fine as well. I'll kill it with my Bluegill Warrior as long as it's not, of course, the 1/1 totem, in which case I'll be very sad. No, he's going to coin, so it's probably not going to be a 2-toughness creature.
Don't mess.
Razorfin Hunter. Oh, it's excruciatingly annoying, because I don't want to use the Moonfire on this pig, but I also don't kill this thing with Moonfire from Dalaran Mage. Motherfucker, that was so good, it hurts.
For the wild.
Alright, well, we'll kill this little piglet with Shapeshift, or hit him in the face with the Bluegill Warrior. And then perhaps next turn I'll play Keeper of the Grove and damage this for 2 to finish it off after it kills my Bluegill Warrior. So a good 3-drop. gets him right back into the swing of things. He is hovering intently over my hero ability for some reason. Maybe he's learning for the first time. Here we are in the 3-2 bracket. It could be a new player. Manatide Totem. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's bad. Boy, that's bad. Okay, you know what? We're going to make a move I don't like to make. I'm going to silence this, and I'm going to use Moonfire. Kill that thing. Because I just can't have him drawing cards. I'd rather lose my own Moonfire than have him draw extra cards off this. Like, he's already... yeah. He's already doing fine because of how effectively he killed my Blue Warrior. Luckily, I got all my spell damage here. Unfortunately, I don't have any spells. But still, this will be good for a card next turn. Hopefully, his 4th turn is not too great. Hopefully, he doesn't play like a real minion of some sort. Chillwind Yeti, I feel like would just put me completely out of the running right now. Raging Worgen. Ah. Lord. So, that is good enough that I cannot play the Drake, because then he can run in, trigger Wind Fury, and kill my Drake. This thing will actually live to tell about it, but still not thrilled by that prospect. So what we're going to do here is run in, Shapeshift, and then the Dalaran Mage costs more, but it's not even as good as the Fairy Dragon. I'm going to play it anyway, because it does cost more. It'll be nice to have on the field in case I do swipe, and it doesn't open me up to Forked Lightning the way that Fairy Dragon does. I think it's really important to avoid Forked Lightning, or really any outs when this guy's got so many cards in his hand.
I wonder.
If he can buff this in any way and let it kill my keeper, that would be very good for him. Well, last turn, if you think about it, he had 4 mana and he played a Worgen. That's not a particularly great 4th turn, so hopefully his 5th turn's also bad. Nope, never mind. It's a good turn. He's got a Gurubashi. Well, okay, Sunwalker. Ah, it's gotta happen. Although I fear the Hex here. I fear it very hard. He's got 7 cards. Shamans are pretty good at having hexes against me. But if he doesn't have Hex or Earthshock, I might be able to squeak this one out. If I'm lucky. Like, I'd still have to get lucky. But if he has the Hex, it's pretty much over. He's got so many cards. Well, I guess he doesn't have that many cards. He has 8 cards on the table to my 7. Problem is my deck is so bad, I feel like I have to be ahead on cards to actually have a chance. He's thinking, though. I have a feeling this guy's new. I don't know why, I just have this feeling. Like, hovering over my hero ability, thinking for so long on his turns. So he doesn't quite know what he's doing. He's gonna pop a Divine Shield. Alright, well, what do we have to do here? I think is play Cult Master. Although, I'd have to throw everything at this Ogre to kill it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Cult Master anyway. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. So, we're playing the Ghoul before drawing cards because I want the Ghoul to grow. So we are going to run in like this. Draw a card. Gonna run in like that. Draw a card. Go to the clock, that'll be nice. And this is a 5/3 now. We're gonna hit him in the face. So now, again, if he has Lightning Storm, Lightning Bolt, really any kind of removal, I'm just thoroughly screwed. But if he actually runs the Ogre into the Sunwalker and gives me a card and grows the Ghoul some more, I could be okay here. He's got a Lightning Bolt. Well, I can't complain. I mean, there's just so many different things he could have. He actually chooses to get the Ghoul rather than my Cult Master, so I get another card off of that. All this junk showing up always so late. He's going to draw another card for me there. Play a Wolf Rider, presumably to kill the Cult Master. Well, that was a straight up mistake. I mean, he should have done this first. He could have given me one fewer card. just by doing that before he lightning bolted the ghoul. Alright, here, I think we'll do this. Kill off his guy. Play Fairy Dragon. And pass the turn. So we are doing fine on cards because that Cult Master went nuts. My opponent's got 6 cards to my, like, 8. And I will get more cards off the Drake, so I could actually win this. And I got some decent mid-range creatures. The issue is if he plays more things like Boulder Fist Ogre, I'm in trouble. Because I'm basically fighting 4 drops. That's how I'm trying to win this game, is with 4 drops. This has the body of a 4-drop, even though it costs 5 mana. So I'm trying to kill him with 4 drops here. Which is a scary way to play because, obviously, you could have bigger stuff. A Fire Elemental will, like, put me under. This is just back-breaking. I have to get Swipe at some point to win, otherwise it's just hopeless. Yeah, that was a very good drop for him. I need a Swipe. Nope, no Swipe, but I do get that. Yep, it's gotta happen.
Pay attention, class.
He didn't have Hex for my... Sunwalker. So unless he's drawn it in the meantime, I might be alright. This is 9 health, he's only got 6 damage here. He'd need like another Lightning Bolt or Rockbiter weapon, and he'd have to throw everything at it. A Lightning Storm, of course, would just win him the game on the spot, but you know, just that's how we're rolling here. On a razor's edge, here in the 3 and 2 bracket, fighting for our dear life. Though honestly, I swear to God, if I could just get like a Fairy Dragon and this, like, on turn 2 and 3 instead of on turn like 5 and 6, which is when they always appear every single game, I'd be totally fine, I think. Now I'm really wishing I had some Starfires or Wind Fury Harpies. That is for sure. I wonder.
Locked and loaded.
Alright, what's he shooting? He's shooting the Violet Teacher, which implies he has some kind of way of killing it. Otherwise, it would have made more sense to kill the student. He's going to play Feral Spirit. No, he doesn't have a way of killing the Violet Teacher. He's just shooting it for funsies. Wow. I think that was a mistake. I think he should have just killed off the student. Well, that's that. Okay. Well, now, never mind. I see his logic. He wanted this to be at 2 health rather than 3, so it couldn't run into these things. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and get some more 1/1s.
I'm ready to learn.
And draw a card. I would love to see a Swipe here.
I'm ready to
Oh my gosh, Swipe would like almost let me win this game. Oh my gosh, it actually happened. That's incredible. So, okay, we can play Ogre Magi and Swipe. Actually, with everything at 3 health, it's a little bit harder than it looks, but still, it's not too bad. I can, like, do this. Or actually, I could do this. This dies, this dies. These both go to 1 health. And then, actually, man, you know what? I take it back. I thought Swipe would be amazing. It's not that amazing. Because everything has too many things at 3 health. I'm gonna do it anyway, though. I think it's too good not to do.
I shall do as you say.
I'm gonna Swipe now.
I'm ready to learn.
Alright. We'll do this. And I'm actually gonna kill this thing. Might as well try to keep my Violet Teacher alive. And we're gonna pass the turn. Okay, so he's got 3 cards. I have 3 cards, but I also have a board. I could win if he doesn't have a Lightning Storm to clear me out. Alright, he's fishing for that Lightning Storm. He's got exactly 3 mana to cast it with. Or, of course, he already has it. Nope, no Lightning Storm here. That's lovely as well as lovely. Okay, can I win the game? We should check. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14, 16 damage. And then I'm 1 mana shy of being able to shapeshift for the 17th point of damage. That's hilarious. I'm going to do it anyway, though, because he's in a lot of trouble. He clearly did not have Lightning Storm or he would have played it.
I shall do as you say.
So the fact that I'm threatening lethal with just shapeshift alone really puts him in some dire straits. He has to clear my board somehow, which has some 4 toughness minions. The Lightning Storm, even with spell damage, is not necessarily going to kill those. Nor is it going to kill the 5 necessarily. He doesn't have Lightning Storm. So yeah, he doesn't have Lightning Storm. I needed him not to have Lightning Storm to have any chance of winning. He didn't have it. Again, that's the issue with Shamans. It's a very important card, but it's rare. He shows off his Ysera, but it doesn't matter. We actually make it above average with Junkosaurus Rex, the deck. Oh my god. So difficult. So difficult. I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit for making it this far with this terrible of a deck. That Violet Teacher has been Ace McHotshot's son all day, too. Making those 1-1 students, and they don't die. It's like they're like my good luck charm against my opponents having Lightning Storms and Holy Novas. It's pretty remarkable. Okay, well, let's find out who our next opponent is. Oh my gosh, did the game just crash? Is that what's happening here? Nope. It's, oh, okay, it crashed. Alright, you know what, folks? Hope you'll bear with me. I could, of course, pause the video here and go ahead and make a new video to finish off this run, but let's be honest here. The way that these comical games have been going, the odds of me getting anywhere near far enough in order to justify actually making a second video. Let's just go ahead and log back into Hearthstone, shall we? Yeah, there's Hearthstone. Good times. And we'll finish up our last game or two before moving on to your day. Alright. Take two. Take two. Do do do, buddy bee buddy beep bee doo, buddy babbity beep bee doo, buddy bee buddy boop boo doo, buddy boop boo doo. Oh no, it's crashing again. Oh my god, are you kidding me, game? Game, are you kidding me? Alright, folks, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh, it hung there for a second. Anyway, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna try to use my video editing non-existent skills to just put together. Yes, I'm gonna have to put together the end of this, so hang tight. Hopefully, if I do this right, the rest of the game is gonna be coming up in just a moment. Okay, folks. After some delay, I was able to finally get into a game. And, of course, we do not get any of our 2-drops, because why would that happen before turn 6? Yeah. I mean, 4 drops, 6 drops, what I need on turn 1 and 2. Forget 2 drops, psh, who needs those? God, draws have been pretty awful, but you know what? Whatever. The deck's terrible. It's okay. Might as well get my awful draws with my awful deck and just call it a life. Oh man. Please, no, not a chance. Seriously, Moonfire's showing up with shocking regularity, but nothing else. Seriously, not even a 3-drop. It's ridiculous. And of course, we're gonna lose the game because then in the mid game we'll have nothing but fairy dragons and Razorven hunters. Mana addicts. Well, I can't even kill that with Moonfire and Shapeshift. This is just absurd. I'm actually going to go ahead and ploink this thing. I think it's worth it. There's a decent chance that I'll kill it next turn with, say, the Keeper of the Grove. Or later on with spell damage plus Moonfire or something like that. You will make a 4-drop here, which I'm not that thrilled by. It's a Twilight Drake, which I'm even less thrilled by. So we have to have a little change of plans here. We've got to... Keeper of the... My god, this draw. Are you seeing this? Is anyone else seeing what I'm seeing? I hope so. I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing, folks, because this is ridiculous. I have, like, literally 2 5-drops and a 6-drop in my deck, and then they're here accompanied by some 4-drops. And Moonfire, of course, Moonfire. Don't forget Moonfire. That's there. It's definitely there. All right, if he gets a good 4-drop here, he's still totally fine, although I had a good answer to his Twilight Drake. MVP Moonfire.
I hope you like my
Novice Engineer. Well, I'm actually really thrilled by that because it means he's not playing Ascension. So I don't like the fact that he's getting a big board, but still, it's better than what it could be by a mile. Alright, let's try a Druid of the Claw. Kill off the Mana Addict. And I need to get Swipe at some point so I can clear this off, otherwise I have a feeling it's going to get away from me. This is a bit difficult for Paladins to deal with if they don't have Humility, but honestly I wouldn't even mind Humility here, because I just want to mop this stuff up, and that would kind of give me like a reason to do it. Next turn, what do we do? Sunwalker? Is that what we do? I could do Cult Master, but actually none of my stuff dies, which is funny. I could just run in, and then kill one of them, and then shapeshift for the other one. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and clear his board. So the way that we do that, I think, let's do Violet Teacher.
attention class.
Shapeshift, kill one. Don't let Paladins keep creatures. Now, you might say, Boris, why are you playing Violet Teacher? You don't have any spells. That's true, but if I get spells, I want this to already be here. If I wait, if it's in my hand, with my hand being so expensive, when I get spells, it will be too late if I haven't already played Violet Teacher. I'm not that thrilled about playing Cult Master because it dies to Consecration and doesn't draw me cards. This is actually alright, so he's just going to make a Recruit now. And I'm going to get to clear his board, which is nice. Alright, so we've got 2 options here. I can either play Druid of the Claw, Shapeshift, and kill this and hit him in the face. Or I can forgo the Druid to instead play more minions. I think playing more minions is clearly the way to go. So let's play the Grizzly. Let's play the Magi. And we're going to forgo dealing damage to his face in order to kill that Recruit. So now I've got this nice board here. He's got 7 cards to my 7, but mine are on the board. I might win as long as he doesn't have anything big, like ever. If he doesn't have any big drops, I should be okay. True Silver Champion would be annoying because he's got a lot of health, so I'm not anywhere close to burning him out. Ah, Boulder Fist Ogre, boo! Boo! Abusive Sergeant, oh, yeah, that works. That works. It's good enough. So we're going to do this. And I'm going to get a card out of this. Throw that in. Draw a card. Bluegill Warrior. You know, I could shapeshift and kill that, but I would actually much rather use this Warrior, because that gives me a card. Nourish, that'll be good for some more cards. I'm very vulnerable to a second Consecration, but with, again, the deck being as bad as it is, I can't play around many things. I can just hope for the best. I'm just happy he's already used 1 Consecration. That reduces dramatically the odds of him having another one. He does not have another Consecration. That is fantastic. He just has some minions that don't do anything right now, but might do something later, which is fine by me. Alright, so do we Nourish here? If I get a Swipe, would that help me? Not really. Let's see, I can hit him for 6, 8, 12. I can hit him for 12 damage, plus another 6 is 18. He'll be at 5 health. Yeah, let's just go for it. He demonstrated on his last turn that he does not have a way of clearing out my board. He didn't have Consecration. So what we're going to do is we're just going to suffer the wrath and go for the kill next turn. So threatening lethal here, he's got to have Consecration or bust, pretty much. And of course, if I top deck Swipe at any point, I win because spell damage plus Swipe will kill him. If he gets the Justice guy to heal for 6, it doesn't matter because I've got too much stuff on the board. He'll only have 2 mana left over to deal with anything, and he won't be able to. Okay, so he's getting some taunt here. He's going to give me a card first. And then presumably kill the Cult Master. The question is, how good is the rest of his mana? Because if he can get 5 mana here, if he can get something good with 5 mana, he might hang on. Alright, he's hanging on. So this is irrelevant, but this is relevant because it's a taunt. Do I have enough damage to kill him? I don't think I do. I can kill this with my Violet Teacher. This and Shapeshift will kill the thing, and then I have 4 damage left over. Alright, we're going to Nourish here. I need Moonfire or a Swipe to finish things off. There it is. That also would have killed him. Okay. So we're going to do it like this. Actually, no. Swipe would not have let me win. I had to get Moonfire, interestingly. Because I don't have enough mana after Shapeshifting. Oh, no. I could have swiped his face. That would have finished off the Gurubashi. Okay. Well, we steal a win here with Moonfire.
Well played.
And that's that. Note that if he had been at 2 health, I still could have killed him with Moonfire. I could have played Leper Gnome and then Moonfired my own Leper Gnome to squeak out the extra point of damage. Someone pointed this out to me once when I was playing as a mage. I counted everything down. And I had my opponent at 1 health, but I could have actually killed him if instead of pinging his face with Fire Blast, I pinged my own Leper Gnome after attacking with it. Keep an eye on that stuff, because that can be a neat trick, killing your own Leper Gnome with a 1 damage effect to deal an extra damage to your opponent. Obviously, you'd only ever do that if it was for the kill. But it's good to have in your back pocket. Also, in my last arena, my priest arena, where I had Shadow Form, someone pointed out a really neat trick to me, which I was really appreciated. This is why I like it when people point out mistakes, because it helps me be better and learn cool things. If you have a Mind Vision in your hand, and your opponent has no cards, but they have a Loot Hoarder, you can kill the Loot Hoarder first, cause its Death Rattle to trigger, and have the opponent draw a card, and then Mind Vision and take the card. I didn't see that. I didn't find that during my game, but that's a really cool trick. So I kept my opening hand, because I don't mind this Shapeshift 3/4. He drops a Wisp and Frost Shock, so he uses Frost Shock on my Leper Gnome. My opponent's actually opening up with 2 terrible cards. Wisp and Frost Shock are both just like the worst. Frost Shock is like on the level of Moonfire bad, I think. So I go a card up though because I get to Shapeshift his Wisp. So that's a pretty decent start. Alright, so now I can Shapeshift to kill that Loot Hoarder. And then forgo playing anything, or I can just play this Grizzly, or I can actually play the Razorfin Hunter as well. I think I'll play the Hunter. This maximizes my odds of keeping something on the board. However, I'm not going to Moonfire that Loot Hoarder. That would be going a card down, and I can take care of the Loot Hoarder via other means, so I'm fine. Alright, he makes a totem, which I'm delighted by, because I don't care about the totem. It's annoying that it's the 1/1, it's the damaging one. That kind of sucks, but it could have been a lot worse, for sure. Hopefully he doesn't Forked Lightning here, although I wouldn't mind if he did. Oh, he's just going to go ahead and swing at my face. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is he actually going to Forked Lightning here? What's he doing? He's looking at a card like he wants to play it. Nope. Okay, good. So here we go. I have 2 options. I can either Stormwind Knight to kill off this totem and use the Piglet to kill off the Loot Hoarder, or I can actually, now that I drew it, do the Raptor and Shapeshift to kill this off. It's actually, I like this move a lot, because if this had been an 0-2 totem, I would have happily played the Knight, but since it was the damaging one, I didn't want to damage my Stormwind Knight. Let's keep that surprise in my back pocket. This would have been a 2-4, instead I get a 3-2, it's almost as good, and I get to keep this guy around for the future. Alright, he makes a totem again, which is really good, so his start is very slow. It does mean we can expect some good endgame later, but I'll take it. Oh, no, he has a 3-drop. Lame. Lightning Storm. Wow, well, that's aggressive. So this might not even die if I'm lucky. This is a huge coin flip right here. I win the coin flip. That is gigantic. An almost dead creature is better than an already dead creature. So we get this guy, and I get to kill that thing, which is huge. The fact that I get to kill off the totem. So he's overloaded. He can still play Hex on my Druid of the Claw. Then I'll have to play another Druid of the Claw, see if he has another Hex. I have to confess that other shaman didn't have Hex against me, so after all my whining, we are finally running up against some shamans who don't have Hex. He gets the 1/1 again, which is annoying. I don't like that at all. I don't want to damage my stuff. I don't want to lose this either. So he got a lucky flip. But that's fine. He can use a little bit of luck. I got a lucky flip that this thing didn't die to lightning storm. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And I'm not going to play this, even though it's not using my mana efficiently. We're going to play the Grizzly Shizzly because I think I want this in my back pocket. And this actually has more power, so it'll start hitting harder. So I actually have a lot of burn potential here. Comically enough, I got 4, 6, 8, 9 points of burn potential here. And then Shapeshift is always dealing extra damage as well. Plus a decent board. I might be able to steal a win here against Patronus, the Harry Potter shaman. He could still win this, by the way. Just so you know, he's got plenty of cards, lots of different things he could have that are good. A Fire Elemental would give me pause. No Fire Elemental. Is he getting another Lightning Storm? Oh my goodness. This is scary. No, he's just got nothing! Oh, wow, that was lucky. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to play another Druid of the Claw. And since he doesn't seem to have a Lightning Storm, let's just go ahead and drop a Bluegill Warrior. And start laying down the beats. Notice, by the way, what a big deal it was that this thing survived Lightning Storm. I'm not going to say that that won me the game, but it's already killed 2 Taunt Totems. And so because this has been clearing out Taunt Totems for me, I've been able to put a lot more damage on his face. So it's game time here. He's got to do it right here. Ancestral Spirit. Oh my lord. Well, that was well played. I need to get a Keeper of the Grove to silence this, and I don't have it. This is 16 points of health that I have to work through. And I just know everyone's gonna be like, oh, look at that, Boris, Ancestral Spirit, it's a good card. Yes, if you happen to get an Earth Elemental on it, and your opponent doesn't have any silence, then yeah, it's pretty great. So let's see, I could throw away both my Druids, and then everything else, and then I have nothing else to work with. So that's actually kind of silly. What we're going to do instead of here is have a standoff. A Shapeshift. I'm not going to hit this thing. But we'll pass the turn. This is a really difficult board for him to deal with. And I could still, you know, get Keeper of the Grove here. I'm just going to Earth Shock to silence that off. That's a smart move. It stops me from having 4 damage for free that I can use against the Earth Elemental. I wish I could Wild Growth for a card next turn. Alas, I cannot. But if I get Nourish, I could get a Keeper of the Grove. Ah, he's actually going to Lightning Storm, so I should have thrown my stuff away while I had the chance. He again loses the coin flip on this bear, which is important. Wow, he might actually win this game because of this, if I don't get Keeper of the Grove in time. So a Nourish and Azure Drake would both let me fish for Keeper of the Grove. But that's pretty much my only answer to this crazy situation. Forked Lightning. Oh, that's lame. Well, that sucks. Nope, no Keeper of the Grove here. Luckily, this is still pretty solid, so what I'm going to do here is put this guy back into my hand and replay him. And I don't know. Sure. I guess we'll run this in and Moonfire before he can do anything more to it. Wow, well, I thought I had that in the bag, but then he got the Earth Elemental Ancestral Spirit combo, which is a pretty good combo. And now he gets his Hex. So that's good that he didn't get it earlier, but still it's kind of unfortunate that he has it at all. I still have the Earth Elemental to contend with. If I get Keeper of the Grove, it's still pretty good. I could silence this and get 5 damage through. 6, 7 damage through. I mean, I could still win this game, potentially. So it's not over yet, and I do have an extra card draw here from this Wild Growth. Thorn Tiger, that actually could be extremely strong. First, though, let's draw a card. Abusive Sergeant. Yeah, it's good. I will do it. Alright, so we now have, assuming he doesn't get a taunt, which is a big assumption, but if he doesn't get a taunter, we have 7, 8, 9, 10 damage from Shapeshift, so if I get a little bit of help from another Moonfire, or from Keeper of the Grove, actually, which can deal 2 damage to the face, or even a swipe, any of that stuff would help. There's a decent number of outs I've got, so please don't be a taunt. 1 in 3 chances, it's not a taunt, good. Please don't have any taunt. I'm just going to keep asking him to not have taunt. I think when you play Earth Elemental and Ancestral Spirit, you're not allowed to have any more taunt ever again. That should be a rule. Every taunt card should say, like, taunt unless you've played Earth Elemental Ancestral Spirit earlier in this game, in which case, nothing. Okay, this is actually fine, so he does get to kill my Abusive Sergeant, but that's only eliminating 2 of my damage. So I've still got 5, 7, 8 damage here, and, you know, a swipe will still win me the game. Keeper of the Grove will almost win me the game, and I've got enough life that, unless he Bloodlusts, I should be fine. Okay, he's going to Totemic Might, which I don't care about in the slightest. Totemic Might. Man, this guy's playing with some wacky cards. What is he doing? Is he going to play Ancestral Healing now to give it full health and taunt? Wow, I actually called that. LOL! Oh, he's going to give that one taunt. Well, that's annoying. So now that's saving him 5 damage, and I have to reveal the Tiger. What is the right way to do this? You know, this is like the saddest thing. That's actually an incredibly good card for him under these circumstances. If I hit this, Stormwind Champion will get to kill it. But you know, that's the right move. That's just the right move. You just throw everything at the face. He's only got 3 cards after he draws. And, you know, if he kills my Tiger but doesn't have removal, well, he can use the Healing Totem to kill this. But if he kills my Tiger and doesn't have removal or taunt for this, then I can whittle him down and Swipe will win me the game. So this is another game where I'm desperately hoping to get Swipe as a burn spell. So he's going to do it in the correct order. And he's going to heal up Stormwind Champion. I don't like that play, actually, at all. Because he can't replay the Stormwind Champion just yet. He does not flip a Taunt Totem. This is like so many bad cards. Ancestral Spirit, Ancestral Healing, Flame Tongue. Okay. Well, he's got a Stormwind Champion here, but not enough damage to kill me with. Moonfire, not quite, but it's nice to know that I have it. Alright, so he can kill this thing now. It's Moonfire. Well, there's no reason to commit it to his face just yet. Yeah, I really am hoping for Nourish. Or a charged creature. I don't know if I have any more charged creatures, honestly, though. I've used Bluegill Warrior. I'm pretty sure I've used both Druids. I think I have another Bluegill Warrior. He's got a 50-50 chance of flipping Taunt, though, so I really do need to get a Swipe. He gets the Taunt. Okay. Keeper of the Grove would actually let me win. So Nourish would let me fish for cards. Winning cards would be Swipe and Keeper of the Grove. And I've got maybe 1 turn to find those. I think actually he's going to have lethal next turn. He's got... Let's think about this. Yeah, I have 1 chance to get the kill. Yeah, because he's definitely going to have lethal if I don't get the kill right now. Well, see what we get. Oh my god. We actually top decked it. And fuck you, Patronus. You and your Ancestral Spirit and Ancestral Healing and your Earth Elemental and all your shit. Good game, sir. Good game. Well, he probably thinks, oh, top decked it. Yeah, but he's playing with bad cards. And I had him dead to rights anyway. So I think it was all the luck went around and came around and all that good jazz. Okay, so that's that. We're up to 6 wins with this deck. Are you for real? Now I'm actually going to be a little bit sad if I lose the next one, because coming so close, it feels like I almost deserve a little bit more luck. Make it to 7 win, get myself back up to 50%, get 150 gold, all that stuff. We got a rogue here, a homicidio. Interesting.
Watch your
You know, I think I want to put this in Papa Boris's greatest hits because it's just such a weird-ass game. Why can I not get any 2-drops? Ever! Ever. Nope, 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 and nope. Okay, great. That's awesome. Well, the good news is Leper Gnome is better than Abusive Sergeant. The Abusive Sergeant has an ability that's useful later. Leper Gnome, 1 mana for 4 damage. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Now, Moonfire here. The only early game card I ever draw early on is Moonfire. God forbid I ever see a Fairy Dragon on turn 2. River Crocolisk. Oh my gosh, I get to actually use this Leper Gnome and not have it die to the dagger. Well, that's lovely as well as dovely. Now, of course, I get Bluegill Warrior, which I can't play, but still, this is worth it. Shapeshift, kill that off. It was a good play by my opponent. She's basically asking me or inviting me to shapeshift instead of doing whatever else I wanted to on my turn, but it still is fine by me. I hope she plays a 2-toughness creature here so I can play Donner and Mage Moonfire to kill it. And she does! Oh god, please don't do anything stupid. Please don't play any, like, 1-toughness Junker Nugget Saurus. Yes, Fairy Dragon a turn late. Thanks, game. I'm gonna do this. Master of Magics, bringing it home. Now, I could, of course, have just coined into Stormwind Knight and killed it that way, but I feel like keeping my coin around and getting some use out of Moonfire was pretty great. Plus, this leaves a 4-power minion behind, toughness minion rather than a 2-toughness. Alright, that's actually kind of annoying, because I can, of course, kill this. But then this thing will get to kind of mop up my board pretty good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to run in with my Stormwind Knight and hit her in the face. I could have coined into the Tiger. That would have been a reasonable play. But I feel like the coin might have a use later on. Kurabashi Berserker. Well, that makes me wish I had the Tiger in play, that's for sure. Ouch. Awkward. This, if I could this and coin Shapeshift, that'd be great, but unfortunately I cannot. So we're gonna do this. Shapeshift, kill it off. And think. I could actually play both of these guys with the coin. The issue is that the Gurubashi can run into them and just turn on Enrage, which I'm not that thrilled by. Alright, we're gonna make a little bit of an oddball play. I'm gonna actually put that back into my hand. But I like having this on hand against the Gurubashi. You can hit the Gurubashi, survive, and then I can finish it off with Bluegill Warrior. I'd still give my opponent the advantage here. We have equal cards, equal board presence, but she has the play. Ooze is not that important. I'm pretty happy to see that, honestly. And Eviscer, okay, so she played the Ooze, which is bad, just so she could kill my Panda, which is fair. And she also has some mana left over for the dagger. Moonfire! Okay, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Mark of the Wild, that would have been nice. But Moonfire, number 2, killing that Ooze. And we're passing the turn here. So next turn I can actually play Stranglethorn Tiger, Mark of the Wild, make a 7/7 with Taunt. This dies relatively easily. It won't take much to kill it. Backstab will do the job with the Skurubashi out here. No backstab. Maybe another Eviscerate?
Are you ready for this?
Deadly Poison. Ah, Deadly Poison. Should have seen it coming. Well, as is so often the case, we have a couple of options here. One option is to use the Bluegill Warrior and Shapeshift to kill the Gurubashi. Then I'm left with 3 mana. Kind of awkward. Yeah, let's just go for this. Mark of the Wild. I'll at least get to kill one of these guys before my opponent has a chance to kill my Stranglethorn. I could put a Mark of Nature on him as well, but putting all my eggs in one basket against a rogue seems very foolhardy, given that she has both Assassinate and Sap as outs against this thing. So she damaged it for 2, which is actually pretty important because it means that if I attack the Gurubashi, it'll die. Alright. Well, let's think here. I think I'm going to do the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I think I will also Shapeshift. Run that in. Play Bluegill Warrior. Run that in. Start to grow my ghoul a little bit. And then pounce out of hiding. Now, do I hit it the face or do I hit the Archmage? How behind am I? I can get her down to 15 health. If she doesn't have an answer for this, I'm in golden. But you know what? If she has an answer for it, I'm screwed. So we'll just pounce out like that. So taunt now comes back into play. It's a dim hope, but I'm hoping she cannot kill both minions. Although if she has any sort of removal for this, any way to deal 1 damage, she can use the deadly weapon to kill the flesh-eating ghoul. At least then that will be 6 damage to the face, and I might be able to burn her out, if I'm lucky. This is a total of 6 surprise damage, 7 with my shapeshift. So does she have an answer? If in 4 cards, the rogue miraculously doesn't... She doesn't have an answer! Oh my god, that is a miracle. So she took 7 damage to the face, which I'm thrilled by. That's very, very good for me. And Mountain Giant, I couldn't care less. Oh, I'm actually going to get to attack with this flesh-eating ghoul. Holy crap. Well, she hits me down to 5 health. Am I going to risk her having some burn? Or should I make a taunter? Let's see, I can deal 6 plus 6 is 12. I can deal 13 damage, but then I don't have any taunt. And so if she does actually have 6 damage, she wins the game. 6 damage, what are the odds? I mean, she's got a dagger, card eviscerate. She won't deal 6 damage with any 1 card, that's for sure. But she only needs to deal 5. She could have like a Reckless Rocketeer and win the game. Alright, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play around the possibility that she has an answer. We're going to Fairy Dragon up. Could have shapeshifted to get an extra point of health. But I feel like this is a reasonable choice. If she has Assassinate, then I'll be really sad. But I feel like she would have used Assassinate if she had it before. So that's why I'm hoping she doesn't have it. She's looking at the card she just drew. If that's Assassinate or Sap, I'll be very, very sad. Because if she can get past this.
Ready for this?
Oh my gosh, this might actually hang strong if it's not a Sap. As long as it's a damaging spell, I'm fine. Because if it's damage, she'll kill it. But then I'm left with this stuff, and then I win the game. Oh my gosh, my chance to make it to 7 wins hangs on her not having a silence for this. She was backstab, which I don't care about. That's just damage. She's going to kill the flesh-eating ghoul. Oh no, that means she gets to survive for another turn. But that means she didn't have an answer for this thing, which is good news for me. The problem is this thing actually survived the hit from the Mountain Giant. Oh my gosh, she's actually going to let it hit her. I win the game because I have Stormwind Knight for the final damage. Oh my god. Well, this has been the craziest arena we've had in a long time. I feel like I'm just taking rags to riches here. Maybe that should be the title of this run. Rags to riches. Good God. I'm in disbelief, folks. I'm seriously in disbelief that we made it to 7 wins with this arena. I cannot believe it. I've had a terrible deck. Didn't even play it particularly well in a couple of cases. But and then like in the first 2 rounds, we like struggled to beat Mind Vision Moonfire. We were at 3-2, but then we got 4 games in a row. I think that's luck. I think it's good luck smiling upon me today. You know, I complain about bad luck, but here is a case where I get good luck. And I'll say it again. You know, if you really think you're bad in the arena because you're unlucky, then you're wrong. Because you really just should play more, and the good luck will come around. All right, well, let's pause here, and I'll fiddle with Hearthstone again, and then use my video editing skills to get the game back online. See you in just a moment.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Find a seat if you can. Malfuria versus.
And we are back, it would appear, against Sasiobo the Mage. Haven't seen any mages yet in this particular run. And look at that, we actually get a frickin' curve. 2, 3, 4, we'll keep that. Watch this be, of course, the game. Oh my god. I just need to lose this game right now. I just need to lose it. Finally, I get my Raptor and my Dragon on turn 2 and turn 1. With the coin, no less. So after whining all arena about how I never get my 2 drops early, and making it to 7 wins anyway, I have it, and I'm just waiting to lose, because that's how it always seems to go. Alright, so of course I regret that I didn't play the Raptor now, because obviously that would have been a better creature to trade against the 2-3. However, I think it's still correct to play the Fairy Dragon just to stop things like, you know, Frostbolt, or pinging away with Fire Blast and stuff like that. Demolisher. It's a pretty good card here, because either I shapeshift and kill this, but then I don't do anything else, or I play a minion, but then the Demolisher can kill my things. If I shapeshift to kill this, she can ping it to death. You know what? We're just going to have to take a risk here. Gonna go ahead and drop a Grizzly. Hit her in the face. And hope the Demolisher hits my face. Alright, hits the Grizzly, so she can now ping the Grizzly off to death. Well, that's alright. If that happens, then that happens. She's actually going to Frostbolt my Raptor and ping the Grizzly. So, yep, my opponent handles in high style my minions. Naturally. That Yo, I gotta hand it to that Demolisher. That was really good right there. Demolisher hits my face, which is good, so I'm threatening to kill it now with my Panda. She's already used 1 Frostbolt, so that won't be coming down the pike. She could now use a 4-mana spell, perhaps. Well, okay, wait, sorry. I'm not going to say that won't be coming down the pike. She might still have another Frostbolt, of course. She going to Arcane Golem to kill that? She is, so she's protecting this Demolisher very, very carefully. Okay, well, let's take advantage of this extra mana that I have to shapeshift, and in fact I will ploink the Demolisher so that the Violet Teacher is ready to kill it. This opponent has managed to stall me very well, because her endgame is probably better than mine, she being a mage and me being a druid with a terrible deck, so it seems likely that she in fact is going to come away with it. That Demolisher was so good. Damn. Is her Drake also very good? Might have to swipe that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swipe that. That's it's just a little bit too good not to swipe. Cannot play this and swipe, unfortunately, but we can play Flesh-Eating Ghoul and swipe, which is pretty good.
I'm ready to learn.
Let's finally kill off the Demolisher Menace. Alright, does she have a Flame Strike or a Blizzard? That's the question. I've got some junk in my hand, and she's not really taking much damage, so these guys' damage potential isn't really that significant. She has the Flame Strike to clear my board, so she's a card ahead, and has not taken any damage. In fact, she's dealt more damage to me than I have dealt to her. Alright, do I play Leper Gnome here? I'm actually going to play Leper Gnome. Now, the reason I'm playing Leper Gnome is that, and actually, I'm going to hang on to that. I'm playing Leper Gnome because she wants to ping off the Divine Shield, so by giving her another target for her ping, I'm preserving the Divine Shield potential. She's going to silence it, though, and play a Vengeful Mercenary. And then pass the turn because she didn't have enough mana left over to ping this off. Alright, well, let's go ahead and think for a moment. Actually, do I want to race or do I want to take the time to kill this? I can deal 8 damage down to 18 health, down to 16 health. Yeah, you know, I really can't race that effectively here, so we're just going to do this. Kill that off. Shapeshift. Kill that off. And then I'll keep my surprise in my back pocket. I'll play a 4-4. Yeah, my opponent has the advantage for sure. She has 5 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, but she is a mage with a presumably better deck than mine. My 6 drop has already disappeared. The only good cards left in my deck here are Druid of the Claw, and perhaps Nourish. It's a fish for Druid of the Claw. She's got an Acolyte. She's got a Berserker. Wow, she's actually throwing down some real junk. Lots of junk here. Holy crap, my opponent's got nothing good. She's going to ping off one of my minions, though. Leper Gnome goes down without much of a fight. And this guy is kind of inadequate because he only deals 2 damage, which is annoying. Well, still, we can kill some things. So we definitely need to kill the Acolyte, and we definitely need to kill this. So let's go ahead and use this thing. Wait. Yes. I'm going to take more damage doing it like this, but that's worth it. To preserve my minion's life. We're going to kill that thing. Gonna play this thing. I'm running right into Flame Strike, I know that, but you just have to take risks here. And just hope that your board can hang on, because she's got 1 more card than me, but she's got the play. I just have to hope my board is good, because if she can clear this off, obviously she wins. Note that my minions have a lot of health, so this thing is actually kind of inadequate as well. Alright, she could still play Flame Strike or Blizzard. And she, in fact, has a second Flame Strike for the win. So there's no way that I can burn her out here. We'll draw 1 more card and then concede. Well, okay, since that card is Nourish, we'll draw the 3 cards. I could still get Druid of the Claw, potentially, and hold up. Nope, got Moonfires. I'll hang on to these Moonfires. I could 2 for 1 to kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but if I'm doing that, I'm going to lose anyway, so there's really no point. Might as well wait and see if I can get my Azure Drake. Okay, she has a Stormwind Champion, so she's got double Flame Strike and Stormwind Champion. So, you know, the usual. Alright, now we'll draw 1 more card and then concede for real this time. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So that's it, yes. We got a God start, perfect start, and then the opponent just won with a Demolisher and Frostbolt. So that's that. Actually, okay, she really won with 2 Flame Strikes. That was really unfortunate. If she'd had even 1, I might have been alright. Or if she hadn't drawn them. But anyway, I'm not even going to complain, because whatever. 7 wins is pretty great, considering what a miserable deck that was. Definitely going into Papa Boris's greatest hits, this one. Let's go ahead and see our prize. We get 20 dust and 155 gold. That's a bit lame. I really wish they would just take away the non-golden cards completely. I know that would be a little bit good. But getting regular rares is just so annoying. Right, Bite, there are some rares I don't have. Armor Smith and Cold Light Oracle, but Bite I'm good on, so that's just 40 dust from the pack plus another 20 dust from that rare reward. Gives us a total of 60 dust. Alright, well thank you for watching that, folks. If you enjoyed it, do please hit that like button and or subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate your support. And the sneak peek for our next arena reveals, we're up against Warlock, Shaman, or Hunter. Probably Hunter, because that's one of my remaining few classes, and Shaman and Warlock I've played a bunch. So Hunter it will be. Thank you for watching again, folks. I'll see you again very soon.